Hi, the 2024 general elections are here. I'm sure you're going to vote and please do. But if you're one of them who's not satisfied with the work of any of the party or the candidates and you're thinking what is the point of going to the polling booth and voting if you're not going to vote for them, then please watch this complete video because I'm going to tell you how your one vote can change the scenario of the entire election. But before that, let me tell you what happened in Poland in 1989 when the people of Poland completely overturned the elections because the candidates were not of their choice. The communist government of Poland in 1989 tried to manipulate the elections by having no opposing candidates in many regions. Now the people of Poland already hated this communist government and the candidates that were standing for election. So the people of Poland went to the polling booths and cancelled out the names of all these candidates that were standing for elections and then put these cards in the polling booths. Because of which even the Prime Minister lost and they had to conduct re-elections, that too twice. And a similar thing happened in Soviet Union, Russia, etc. Now why am I telling you this? In case if you're thinking none of the party or candidates are capable of doing the job and you don't like them and because of which you're thinking not to vote, let me tell you, in 2013 the Honorable Supreme Court of India in a landmark judgment introduced an option of NOTA. Now whenever you go to a polling booth, you get a list of candidates who are standing for election. In this list, at the end there's an option of NOTA, which means none of the above. Now you can choose this option if you think none of the candidates are capable of doing the job. By the way, India is not the first country to introduce this option. Actually, it's the 14th as a matter of fact. Many other countries already have this option. For example, Argentina calls it blank vote, Greece and Colombia calls it white vote, and Ukraine calls it against all, etc. The Honorable Supreme Court in its judgment also pointed out that the right to vote includes right to reject a candidate as well. Just because you don't like the candidate doesn't mean you compulsorily have to vote for them. There is another option of not voting for them, which is NOTA. You may say I'm telling you all this, but what happens when you vote for NOTA? Does it actually change the election results? Well, for now, it is seen as a negative feedback from public or as a protest vote. In some states, it was seen that NOTA got majority votes than the candidates that were standing for election. In those cases, what happens is the candidate who receives second highest vote wins the elections. So basically, NOTA serves no purpose right now for calculating the result or the outcome of the election. But wait, in the past, in 2018, it was seen in Maharashtra and Haryana that the State Election Commission passed an order stating that if NOTA gets majority votes, then there will be a re-election. So if similar orders are passed nationwide, then maybe NOTA votes can hold much more importance. However, the Election Commission does not have this power. It is for the state assemblies of all the states to decide and implement it. Now, I'm going to tell you a few suggestions that can bring about change in the elections. Tell me, what do you think about it? Ideally, if NOTA gets majority of the votes than the candidate standing for the election, then the Election Commission should declare such election void and have a fresh election, a re-election with fresh candidates. By fresh candidates, I mean the candidates that lost on NOTA should not be allowed to be re-elected or stand for re-election. And to avoid multiple re-elections, we can disable the NOTA button in the second election. What will happen because of this is the people of India will feel like they are being heard. Democracy will be maintained. Now obviously, contrary to my opinions and suggestions, some people may think that implementation of NOTA and re-elections may drive up the expenses, but I feel a tainted candidate who is indulged in malpractices and corruptions and specifically who is not the choice of people is a greater cost to the country. Now what are your opinions on this NOTA option? Should it be considered as re-elections if majority of the people are voting for NOTA? Comment below. I am Advocate Pooja Patil. Please go cast your vote. If you're thinking your one vote is not going to matter, it's not that, it does matter. Especially if you're a taxpayer, definitely vote. Even if you're not, do vote. Even if it is NOTA, please go vote. Have a nice day.